Welcome to Wuxiaworld's Teahouse Season 2. I'm your host, Yoj.
And I'm Toki.
Welcome back to part 2 of our Young Noble Bee Monster Slaying. Damn, I always get that wrong. Welcome back to part 2 of our Young Noble Bee Monster Slaying update.
Welcome back, GTea and LD.
Tell us what's been happening since last time we had you on Season 1.
Okay, so to talk about what the novel is actually about, Young Noble Bee Monster Slaying, I'm saying this right, Young Noble Bee Monster Slaying is a cultivation novel, currently sitting at chapter 914, I believe, for the public readers.
That's a long novel.
Yeah. I mean, for Chinese novels, I think 900 is pretty short, to be honest.
Yeah, we're actually one of the short
Boy.
openings.
Yeah. So, this novel is a story that it follows a very I guess smart young man who likes to smile a lot, and he slays monsters and he collects dolls to cultivate for him. So that's just a brief summary, and on the deeper level about this novel, it's basically about friendship, and it talks about the blurred lines between good and evil, and how righteousness isn't always what it seems. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know I said we won't be butting in too often, but I must ask, cultivating with dolls?
Yes.
Not what it sounds like.
It's yes. Yes.
I mean, with all the innuendos and the weird, the thing that the author writes.
Yes. He has.
What do you mean?
And now
cultivating with dolls?
He has no. Okay, in fact, in the description of the dolls, it says you shouldn't do weird things with it. Okay, it already has a warning that came with it. Okay.
I knew it.
Okay.
Got it.
So it's actually the dolls cultivate on their own. Okay, there's no weird things going on here. He just has dolls.
There's no dual cultivation. Not in that sense.
With dolls? Okay. So what do the dolls do then? What do you mean when you're cultivating with dolls if you're not?
No. The
They
dolls just.
cultivate within his mind space. So they cultivate for him.
Okay.
I see why you're cursed now.
This is such a great start.
It's a great start indeed. Yeah, so yeah, he's been, it started with one doll. Now I don't know if it's spoiler. If it's just, edit me out. He has 4 dolls now, I believe. If I counted it correctly, yeah. 4 dolls. All of the description says warning, you can't do weird things with it, okay? That's not the exact wording, but basically you can't do weird things with it. Yeah. And
Wait, are there like any other description about the dolls, like typical Chinese novel description, like silky white, milky white skin, long
Hello?
hair,
Oh.
pretty face?
No. They are dolls. They have no face.
The dolls have no face, yeah.
Yeah, they have no
Oh,
face.
okay.
It is purely for cultivation.
Correct.
Why does that seem like such a different novel from before? Because we had no talk of dolls last time we had you guys on here. What happened?
I think-
it was semi-spoiler, I guess, at that point.
Ah.
Yeah. Also, last time we were talking about the whip. So, was it
Yeah.
the whip?
And we were also talking about what are you doing with my wife, bro?
Okay, sorry, we derailed you from your summary section. So, cultivating with dolls. What else goes on in this novel?
It's basically the introduction to business. Because the main character is like this world's entrepreneur, and he's like he brings in a lot of innovation, commercialization, and all sorts of stuff. Even though it's a cultivation novel, it's actually intro to business, basically.
Okay. I'm so confused with this novel.
Yeah, it's basically so slice of life meeting economics degree meets monster slaying. I think that summarizes it pretty well.
Okay.
But I do have one question though. So
Yes.
as you proceed in the novel, because obviously there's like cultivation golden brick, and dolls, which are obviously not adult toys and business, right? So does the author kind of do a very good job to make everything mesh well and like keep it interesting because it's like so different?
In my opinion, yeah. I mean, I think part of the appeal is that there are so many different things, and somehow it all works together.
Mhm. Yeah. So it always has these like different these like the whip, the dolls, the whatever, But
Mhm.
like it started out as like more of like a comedy or slice of life, but over time it has taken like a darker, more serious tone. There's still really good humor in my opinion. Like all of it's meshed up together to make really good humor. But now we have more actions, like deeper mysteries. I think it's there's
Oh,
like plot heavy developments as well.
interesting.
Yeah, and like
Well,
as the characters grow, like the plot deepens, gets more exciting, and there's a lot more violence, I guess. There's a lot more danger, and you can see that everything really does. It just gets a lot more intense. I mean, it's 900 chapters, but it starts from basically zero and then gets really intense at the end.
It does.
I'm really sorry that I have a rotten brain, but hearing like whips, dolls, and intense.
Yeah, oh dear.
You're not the only
Yeah,
one. You are not the
kinda.
only one.
Kinda.
At least I didn't say climax.
Oh my god. Send
Oh
help.
man.
I think that's why we're cursed, That's why we tried 2 times to record this, and this today almost didn't work. Who knows? Maybe the drilling song will happen. Drilling.
Stop cursing us, TT. Okay,
Yeah.
so to
Or who knows,
summarize,
right?
your novel, we have dolls cultivating, we have business.
I think you're
From what
focusing
I
on the
remember-
wrong thing. You're focusing too much on the dolls. Focus on the business and the economy and the mystery.
Okay.
Yes.
The business, the mystery, the economy, the slice of life. Do we still have the idol things that you guys were talking about last time? Last time you guys talked about idol competitions, food delivery as well in the business world. Is that still going on?
Yeah, but it's still going on, but it's kind of like there's less focus on it. So it was like basically you get arcs, and there was one arc that was more focused on the idols, and then the business
okay.
stuff. So yeah, less idol stuff now. This far into the novel.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like right now, we are getting into really figuring out the mystery. I'm really worried about me spoiling too much. So if I do, just edit me out. But basically, like talking about who created this. About the origin of the world, or about like, let's say like a certain creature's background, the background story of like a certain item that's actually turned out to be really important. And yeah, so I think the main focus right now is to just figure out the tiny bits of clues that the author has left left out for us in like the beginning 300 600 chapters, and now that everything is just tying together, now we're just trying to figure out the answer. We're just waiting for that now.
So you guys are 900 plus chapters in, and you guys still are looking for more clues and answers. How long is this novel supposed to be?
The raw chapters go up to 909, but we've had to split a bunch because like there are many 2-in-1 chapters, so the translated version is a bit longer. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So right now we're not really looking for clues. We're just waiting for answers, I would say.
Yeah.
Right now, that's what,
Oh, okay.
what we are
So
doing.
a lot's been happening in the past year for you guys, huh? Like different genres in one novel.
So many things happening. So many things.
Yeah. I mean, if you just took a chapter out from like the first book, and then from the last book, it's like 2 different novels in terms of the just like the focus of the genre. It's pretty different now.
Yeah. That definitely seems like it because I'm listening to you guys and I am thoroughly confused because it sounds like a completely different novel from what we were last talking about. And
but I'm really glad that the author, kind of cut down on the comedy and the slice of life and added more action because like comedy, I mean in the beginning, with comedy it's always that in the beginning it's really funny, but as it goes on and you see more of it, it's not as funny as it was in the beginning, right? So the comedy and the slice of life has been cut down, and I really like that the author went this route. He still does insert a little bit of like comedy sometimes, but I like that now I have a greater focus on the plot. I know that there's a plot, not this pure funny thing. So I like that.
Yeah, I agree. It's a great change of pace. And now the comedy is just like very timely. Like when you have too much serious and then he just pops in like a funny part, and it's just like a nice refreshing break from the tension.
That's good. So Toki and I are very nosy people, as you guys both very well know, and we like to lurk on comments, right? So what's going on? There seemed to be something that stirred the pot a bit. What was that about?
Well, it's not like very controversial, but there's like this line that the author likes to put at the start of the chapter, which is like, so and so has left the world peacefully. And like,
so then the character die?
The character dies, but it doesn't die like until the end of the chapter. So the readers are always complaining like the author likes to spoil the so-and-so's death.
Okay. Now I see what they're up
What
in
the
arms
fuck
about.
is wrong with him?
Hey, I would like it.
It's usually some bad guy that's not like really that important. Usually, but later on, well, that's kind of spoiler. But yeah.
I mean, the author already spoiled it for the reader, so you might as well spoil it for us.
I think you found your soulmate.
I think I did too.
I think you found your soulmate, Yoj.
Yeah, you were like, "What the fuck is wrong with the author?" I'm like, "What do you mean? What's wrong with him? I love him."
You're like, he's perfect.
I think the readers really hated it in the beginning, but right now, whenever that line would appear, they would just laugh and it's happening again, and then I think it's really become such an iconic line, and then we really try to make sure that we keep that line the same every time. Yeah,
that's good.
But I think the catch is that 1 or 2 times so and so has left the world peacefully, but they didn't actually die.
Or like so and so has left, but
yeah,
it's not left the world. They just left.
Yeah.
So,
left scene. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the author likes to twist it around a bit. Okay.
The author likes to troll.
So he does throw you like curveballs.
Yeah.
But most
I
of
don't
the
like
time
that as much.
most of the time they did die. So.
Yeah, most of the time.
Okay, to do a complete topic change, if you could ask the author one thing, what would it be? Because I know what I'd love to ask, but unfortunately it's inappropriate. So
yeah, we're not giving you the mic to ask your questions, Toki. We all know what you would ask, so you don't get a chance. GTLD, What about you guys? Do you guys have anything you would want to ask?
So I would ask him to write a sequel of this novel. Actually, I wouldn't be asking him any specific question, but I really need a sequel. There are so many unexplored characters, and I have a lot of questions about the White Pagoda and Chu Liang's background. So I don't know if the author has been honest with us with like some of the details of this novel. But I need to I need to know like how the White Pagoda came to be, and I have to figure out like some of the mystery of the novel, and so I think the prequel, I would like the title of the prequel to be The Origin of the White Pagoda, and I want to know the schemeries and tricks hidden beneath like there are two characters who were in love, but they were like never meant to be together, and that their relationship has something to do with the item that is within the main character's mind space. So I want to know more about their background. So
I mean,
that's what I wanted.
The novel's not complete yet, so who knows? Maybe everything could be answered. All rushed ending, shoved everything in there to answer all question kind of an ending. Maybe. No? No hope.
Sure.
Okay.
Not sure. I really hope it won't be a rushed ending. Yeah, that's what.
You know, when you said you want to ask the author one thing, I didn't think it would be, are you gonna write a sequel? I thought it would be more like Toki's, like, what the fuck? Why are you spoiling things? But I guess.
But I mean, the thing is, like, he was gonna ask why are you spoiling things. I thought he was gonna ask like how did he like dolls with like.
Hey, what do you take me for?
Well, I picked one of his more innocent questions that he happened to ask as you were talking. But yeah, if we gave him free reign, he would definitely ask something inappropriate. You haven't exactly asked.
What do you guys take me for? Hey, all I wanted to ask the author was how big is Chu Liang's break? That's it.
What the heck? You got me there, bro. You got me there. Yeah. Anyway, LD, do you want to share?
Yeah.
The golden break, by the way.
Is your question more interesting?
No, it's actually like pretty much the same. I think because the novel.
You want to know how big Chu Liang's break is?
No. Why would
Oh, because you say it's pretty much the same.
It's
It was
same as
pretty much the
GT.
same.
Same as GT.
Oh, okay.
No one here is like you,
All right,
Toki.
sorry. I'll go sit in the corner again.
Yeah, go sit in the corner. Time out for you.
But yeah, so.
What if he doesn't come back, guys?
It'll be like how the session started, I guess.
Sorry, LD, you were saying?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, I think because the novels, like, we really enjoyed the novel, so rather than having a lot of questions of why he did blah and why this happened, it's more just we want to see more expansion on the different characters, because like there are many characters that don't really get explored, like the previous generation. There's like a lot of interesting stuff if you read the novel. Basically the main character's teacher and her peers.
So then you guys want to know more about the characters rather than the plot? When you're asking for the sequel, it sounds like you guys want to know more about the backstories of the characters, like as a prequel, and then you want to see more into their lives in the sequel.
I mean,
but the thing is, sorry. The thing is that these characters' background story has something to do with the plot.
Yeah, it's all tied in. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so the more we know about the characters and especially the previous generation, the more we can, I guess, know about what the author is actually trying to build. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think I would think about it as my favorite anime, Naruto. Yeah. So Naruto has like a teacher, right? And then it talks about how they have like these friends from back then, and how it came to be, how the world came to be how it is today in Naruto's world. Does that make sense? And so, whatever that Chu Liang encounters today, the difficulties, the challenges, it has a little bit to do with how what happened to his teacher and his teacher's friends. Yeah, so it all ties in together. and the plot has something to do
Okay.
with the previous generation. Yeah, even it ties back to like 500 years ago. Yeah, so that's why we want to know more of the backstory. Yeah, so the more we know about them, the more answers we get. Yeah. Or the more clues we get to figure out the answer on our own. Yeah.
I'm just
It's
wondering,
actually quite interesting.
where could the author take the next novel, the sequel? Because it sounds like he already has. He already threw everything into this novel. You know, he already has the business, the comedy, the slice of life. He already threw everything into this one. So I'm now wondering, if we were to ask the author, I would ask him, what would part 2 be about? That's my question.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. What would part 2 be about?
Yeah, I guess that's why we were thinking more of the prequel.
Ah, that's smart. That is a smart.
I think right now it's hard for us to even think about part 2 because we haven't gotten the answer yet. Yeah, and if we have the prequel and then the clues that he gave us in the novel, we can visualize, I guess, ending a bit even better. Yeah. And then once we know the ending and we would see what's going on in True Liang's life and the side characters, and then we would probably want to know what happens in part 2. Like, for example, if True Liang actually start a family, and whether or not someone in the novel started a brothel or, you know, selling alcohol.
I was like, why is this suddenly mentioned brothel?
No, because Lin Bei, his dream is to start a brothel.
Oh, well,
Right?
yeah.
You know,
you really make it very easy for us.
I was actually about to ask what happened to Lin Bei.
Yeah, he's still, you know, thick brown, you know, very sociable person, and
Still single.
He's still single, yes. But he got he got his fate read by, like, I don't know, one of those, I guess you can call them like prophets or something. And apparently he will achieve his dream of starting a brothel. So we don't know if it really will happen, but according to the prediction, when his divine fates have been read, it's that he will, you know, achieve his dream of having a brothel. Yeah.
Interesting dream.
Oh. Okay, so shall we wrap it up? That was a lot
let's
to
wrap it up.
digest. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty then. Thank you, GT and LD. Do you guys have anything you want us to talk about one last time before we head out?
Thank you for having us. We had a lot of fun. I'm very happy that in the end we were able to answer all the questions. And, you know, hit us up on Discord. Hit us up. I don't know. Yeah. So yeah, thank you. Bye bye. Is that okay? Thank God. Thank God.
All right then. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you guys so much. Yeah. Bye.
Bye bye.
Thanks for joining us on Wuxiaworld's Teahouse. If you enjoyed today's episode, be sure to hit the follow button to stay updated with our latest releases. If you want more tea, hop over to our social media or Discord. And send us an email if you want to spill the tea. We'll be back every Friday of each month, so check out our website, wuxiaworld.com. See you in the next episode. Bye!